All right, welcome to a quick video of Mill Creek community stakeholder information on our transformation process. So right now, many students are graduating without a clear direction of what they will be doing after high school. There's those that know that are definitely going to college and know what they're going to study and can plan what they'll be doing upon graduation, and that's great. What we're mostly seeing is that most students don't have that plan or college isn't the best option for them. According to the Indiana Department of Education, about 6% of students in the state are earning high quality college and career credentials prior to graduation. The state's goal for this is 60% by 2030. So we've got a long way to go, short time to get there. But we've got some things that are great already in place here at Mill Creek. 99.1% of Mill Creek students graduate, which is way above the state's average of 86.4. 88.3% of Cascade High School graduates are employed or enrolled 1 year after they've graduated. We got 19 students currently in career exploration internships at the high school, and we have an average of 65.8 students enrolled per class in each of the 5 CTE, which is career and technical education classes that we offer at the high school. And we have 38 total juniors and seniors at the Area 31 Career Center at Ben Davis High School. All those things are great, and we're building on that, but a lot of students can't get into Area 31 because of the limited capacity or their GPAs aren't high enough. Along with that, the state is changing graduation pathways. Requirements that require each student to graduate with a diploma plus demonstrate employability skills in a service-based or work-based environment. And on top of that, students will either have to choose between taking advanced placement courses or dual credit courses that are in high school and college credits, or going into the NLPS sequence concentrators, which are next level programs of study, or going to the Area 31 Career Center. So there's a lot at stake there besides just a diploma. With all those requirements, we know we need to transform how we do things. And so we've partnered with Ford Next Generation Learning through a grant with the Indiana Department of Education and the Central Indiana Education Services Center. There were a total of 7 schools that received this grant to reimagine what school could be with a community-connected approach to learning. Ford NGL mobilizes educators, employers, and community leaders to prepare a new generation of young people who will graduate from high school ready for college, career, life in the 21st century. Ford NGL uses a collaborative, community-driven approach to achieve the following outcomes. 1, to increase community prosperity shared by all. 2, a strengthened talent pipeline. 3, young people prepared for college careers, lifelong learning, and leadership. 4, educational equity and justice for all. And then 5, the capacity to contribute and go further. So along this transformation, Ford will be the driver for it, but we also need as much community, business, and nonprofit involvement as possible for a true transformation to occur. What we're looking at as a process this process of solution to the problem is this is how we're going to transform the schools. All right. So elementary is going to be focusing on career and technical businesses through dedicated field trips in each grade level to expose them to as many careers as possible. I say this with hey, this is our plan as of now, and we are in phase 1, almost pre-phase 1 of the Ford NGL transformation. So this is what our ideas are now. Obviously, we can expand on that as we go. In middle school, the focus will be on nonprofits, where students will learn about nonprofits in 6th grade, and then eventually work alongside them through project-based learning in 7th, and then in 8th grade as well. In high school, for those not traveling the AP/dual credit pathway that was mentioned earlier, which would probably be about 60 to 75% of the students. We're estimating that. For each graduating class, the focus will then turn to work-based learning, internships, and capstones through community partners. As you can see, it obviously, the work heavily involves the community. So if we don't get this right, we're looking at more students who will continue the trend of leaving high school without some sort of direction. Even if students are exposed to something they find out that they don't want to do, that is better as well, because now we're crossing out things that they don't want to go into. And then obviously not tapping into the amazingness that is Henry County and the surrounding areas, and then continuing to build up the Mill Creek community. Also, there's overpaying for college and all of that negativity where you pay for stuff you don't end up using. And then the pipeline hopefully would stop or start. I guess we want to start. So the positive stakes with this would be if we do get it right, we're going to have a greater chance of pursuing a pathway that they are passionate about and fits their wants, and it would be earlier. Instead of having to explore everything after college, it would be done maybe a little bit starting in elementary. So that they would get a taste of lots of different things. Be able to build those pipelines for local businesses and nonprofits, um, exposure to as much as they can, and then a higher sense of community connectedness in Mill Creek. We have already visited Akron schools in the fall of 2020. And after visiting there, we were able to see a finished product and we're blown away by the community pride amongst the students, staff, and community stakeholders. We've seen this be done successfully after the visit and can't wait to build our foundation on what holds the future next. In March, we're going to go to Nashville, Tennessee to see another successful transformation, and we'll take information from that and what we gain from the visit and incorporate it into what we have already built here. Now, what it might look like for businesses, here is that we're only limited by what our students and the local businesses and nonprofits can dream up. There is no right or wrong way to partner together. We're not looking for money, but more time and talent. So what this might look like. If it is at the schools, maybe a business could come in for college and career days. Maybe you have a problem that we're going to use for problem-based learning. Well, you have a problem that needs solved. Maybe you're a very small business and you got one employee or two employees and you need some sort of marketing campaign. Well, we have a class here at the high school, a marketing class, You could use that, They could come up with your material. Maybe you need help writing something. You can use English classes. Maybe you're a small business and need help with a website. We have a web design type class here. So you would say, hey, this is my problem. What would you come to the teacher or come to me or whatever, and we would figure out something where they could come up with, you have a problem, they would solve it and then report back to you. So it'd be real life, authentic audience type learning. Maybe you need paintings for your lobby. Well, how about the art class, Maybe you need catering done. You would maybe provide the supplies. Our facts class would make it for you. Nutrition class, whatever, would make it for you in return that, Maybe you need something designed like a new building or a new layout for an existing building. We have an engineering class, a high school engineering class, You could use those resources. You might not end up using what they have, but it would be an authentic real problem for students to go through. You could also teach classes. We're looking at possibly adding to our NLPS, next level programs of study, by having someone teach classes if you are credentialed in something. At your business or nonprofit, so that not at the school, but at your business, you could host a field trip. You could have work-based learning where students would actually come work for you, You could have internships. You could have capstones. You could have problem-based learning, just like I mentioned with the marketing and website stuff, catering and all that at your location. You could also teach classes and do hands-on learning. Say you teach classes 2 days a week and you go do hands-on stuff out in the field 3 days a week, Any of that is up for game. There is no right or, like I said, no right or wrong. That's how you could help. And really, like I said, we're only limited by our creativity and how we approach this. So, are you ready to make an impact? Are you ready to help out? Are you ready to know more? Please fill out the I'd like to partner form for more information. Get in contact with me or the form, either way. My name is Matt Miller. I'm the Director of College and Career Readiness at Mill Creek Community Schools. If you want to scan that, that'll take you to our Google site that we currently have, or you can type this address in, or I'll put a link maybe somewhere. So anyway, thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. I look forward to working with you in the future. And yeah, go Cadets.